I am joined by NBC News senior political editor Mark Murray and host of the Make It Plain podcast, radio host Mark Thompson. The Marks.
Two Marks. You have to say which is which because people may not know.
Well, Mark and Mark.
I like
it's very close to Mark E. Mark, which is and in Spanish. So there's something there.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
You see there the nuance because the facts are so strong that even people who might be expected to be rooting for Trump or softening for Trump, Mr. Wallace said, no, some of the testimony's tough. On the other hand, there is a lot of effort by Trump's allies to just get onto something else.
Yeah. Obviously, Chris Wallace and Judge Napolitano know that there's life after Fox News, and they want to sustain some type of integrity. They really have no choice because this is compelling testimony. It's going to get worse. You're going to have the ambassador tomorrow. And from what we've all heard, she has a photographic memory. She's going to give a lot of detail. I think we're going to have the two individuals who can speak to the call, which was the bombshell news from Taylor's testimony on yesterday. I think we're going to have them shortly. And, you know, I don't agree with Bill Bennett. What Taylor did the other day when he talked about that call, and everyone over here, that's the real hearsay. Trump, everybody hears what Trump says because he talks so loud on the phone. I mean, this is a security issue. You're in a restaurant in Ukraine, and you're screaming over the phone, I need Biden information. I mean, that's just insane. And we know his history of just talking on unsecure lines. But to me, that's the Butterfield moment. When Butterfield was asked in the Watergate hearings, is there a taping system? You know, Taylor saying there was another call and several people heard it in his own voice, not on tape. I think that's pretty compelling.
Yeah, to Mark's point, I do think that these hearings just began. And on Wednesday, you're going to have Gordon Sondland go on. And to me, that actually might be the most pivotal testimony yet on whether or not he can actually confirm, yes or no, this conversation happened with the president. Here's what we actually discussed. But to the overall point of the conservative media, Ari, I do think that it is important to look at how conservative media is playing out this story. Because at the end of the day, if there is going to be impeachment and removal from office, a conviction, those 67 votes, you're going to need a sizable number of Republican defections. And as long as those are the messages, it's going to be very hard for Democrats to be able to convince people that this was a really difficult situation and rises to an impeachable offense.
Well, and this scandal on the substance is a national security scandal, and we had seasoned government officials, including from Republican administrations, on tonight speaking to the import of that. On the political programming side, this also is a very 2019 conspiracy theory echo chamber type scandal. Donald Trump ultimately didn't care whether Hunter Biden was literally jailed in a Ukrainian prison, which sounds a little silly to even say out loud, but rather that image, that meme could be on Facebook, that idea would be circulated, that programming. And so I put for you, Mr. Murray, the other Mark, this parts of the hearing yesterday that we pulled that actually seem to echo some of the right-wing media, but they're in government. Take a look.
The Ukrainians brought me substantial evidence of Ukrainian collusion with Hillary Clinton, the DNC, George Soros,
who worked with Ukrainian officials to collect dirt on the Trump campaign, which she provided to the DNC and the Hillary Clinton campaign.
There is plenty of evidence to show that the Clinton campaign was actually colluding with the Russians. They were colluding with the Ukraine.
In this Oval Office meeting on May 23rd after the Zelensky inauguration, didn't he lament that the Ukrainians were out to get him?
Yeah, they're speaking a lot to the conspiracy theories, as you pointed out, that not only on the internet that go on Fox News, but they're really talking only to their own audiences. And obviously, if you're a Fox News viewer, you know exactly what they're talking about when it comes to Ukrainian and Hillary Clinton and Alexandra Chalupa and all of these kind of going down the list. Devin Nunes, who actually also was yesterday, was talking about star chambers. And to me, it does really emphasize and underscore just the difficulty of all the different defenses that they're trying to juggle.
Yeah. Oh, I would agree. I don't think they have anywhere to go. As someone once said, in court, If you have facts, you argue facts. If it's about process, you argue process. If neither works for you, you just pound on the table. And that's all they're doing right now is pounding on the table. This is very dangerous. And now there's this conversation about, well, let's have a trial and draw it out for 6 to 8 weeks and hurt the Democratic primary. How is having a trial for the president's misbehavior going to hurt the Democrats? That's insane. So they're, as usual, they're flailing. They don't know what to do. There's a panic. And they better be careful because this could affect the Senate. This could help flip the Senate for the Democrats, depending on how they vote and how they behave in the trial.
And whether it does or not, it certainly puts pressure on senators to be in the spotlight about what do you stand up for. We hear from Republicans, I know you do, in the Congress who say, I get it, you want us to comment on Trump every day. We have a life and a career before that. We have other things we do. That's fine. But now you at a constitutional level, have to be answerable to what you think these charges, these cases mean if it gets there. Mark Murray, Mark Thompson, thank you both.